guys for being here. Hello, hello, hello. I don't have good lighting out here, so I'm not going to keep the camera on, but I wanted to say hi. Hey, MK. Let's see. Hey, MK. Hey, Inspector Gadget, Cutie Pie. Hey, Punksy. Hello, Malicious. I went to call you Mallory and Malicious Intent. Hey, Nadie. Hey, Pointer Lover. Hey, Mama Bear. Hey, Foxy. Punksy, headphones, there you are. Hey, cool gamer. Sexy wild thing, Carol freaking Claus. Hey, no bed of roses. In about 20 seconds, the teacher will begin to speak. Hey, little nerd Amber. I made homemade enchiladas. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds good. Enchiladas with Doritos? I don't know. Okay. Hey, True Crime Crazy. I hope you're doing all right. Good to see you. Hey, Lucia. So, tomorrow night, we're going to start going through that case file, and I am so excited. We're going to do like a two-part thing. One part here and the part two on Jen's channel, and then Crime Curious is putting out like a pre-recorded video as well. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. So, yeah. So I thought, well, I wanted to go live today. I was looking on Crime Online. I saw a few cases I thought that maybe we should talk about. I haven't really seen anywhere. And, yeah, I figured we could just have a laid back hangout true crime news sesh. Hey, Devil Eyed Elvis. Thank you. Thank you so much. Very sweet. I wonder if that's a super sticker because I can't tell from StreamYard. Hey, Crime Curious. I cannot wait. We're going to have, yeah, I mean, I know it's horrible, awful stuff to go through, but when you're like super invested in a case like that, it's interesting to be able to see all the details, to see, what was said in interviews that took place with people, close to the family and things like that. And that's what we're going to go through. So I really, really can't wait. Hey, Mrs. O. Hey, K-Braze. Thank you again, Devil Eyed Elvis. All right, so today we're just going to hang out. Let me pull up Crime Online because there's a few. Actually, there's a couple that are on here that I didn't see earlier. And also, Claus sent me a Facebook group of new cases, so we'll be able to grab some things from there as well for these series. But like this one, for instance, I haven't seen this yet. This is just how fast these things happen. Unfortunately, you may see one or two cases all the time, or, a couple new ones here and there. But the reality is, every day there are tons and tons of them. In the last few hours, there are several that weren't even on here when I first looked earlier. Hey, Mystic. Hold on just a sec, you guys. Okay, sorry. Hey, Mystic. Good to see you. But yeah, it happens a lot more than we get to hear about or know about. So we're going to check this one out. 12-year-old Georgia girl missing. Let's see. Police in Gwinnett County, Georgia, are asking the public who hasn't had contact with her family since late August. According to Fox 5, 12-year-old Sandy Sanchez was last seen August 31st around 6 p.m. off South No Cross Tucker Road. Her last known location was near Oak Brook Parkway, police said, while family members said she didn't bring her cell phone with her and hasn't contacted them. Sandy was last seen wearing blue jeans, white shoes, and a red t-shirt. She is described as a Hispanic female who stands 4 feet 5 inches tall and weighs about 80 pounds. The Georgia Sun reports that Crime Stoppers Greater Atlanta is offering a $2,000 reward for tipsters that help lead to Sandy's whereabouts. She's only 12 years old. So here's a picture of her. Man. Hey, Corey. Okay. So if you're in Georgia, be on the lookout, and we're going to keep going. Florida driver tries to run over man he believed was a convicted child molester. we might check that out. We have others I want to look at. Here we go again. Another hot car. Oh my God, it's infuriating. I don't understand this. It's just wild to me. But mom faces manslaughter charge after toddler dies in hot car. Also, I'm going to go ahead and warn you now. There is another case. Like, I'm so sick of hearing these cases and seeing it. Something has to change. I don't even know where you begin to do that. But adopted mother, neglecting and abusing children that they've adopted. It's extremely frustrating. Hey, Crime Sleuthin. Okay. A 14-month-old in North Carolina died last week after reportedly being left in a hot vehicle. Dayla Tim's child was allegedly left unattended in a car outside the suburban extended stay in Jacksonville. The child was pronounced dead at a hospital after responding police officers and firefighters performed life-saving measures, according to WITN. It was 92 degrees in the car the toddler was left in. Mom, 27 years old, charged with involuntary manslaughter and child neglect inflicting serious bodily injury. Her bond was set at $50,000. According to No Heat Stroke, the 14-month-old is the 23rd child to die in a hot car this year. The 23rd child this year to die in a hot car. We're going to go to this noheatstroke.org. Matter of fact, I'm going to share it with you guys in the chat as well. All of these deaths could have been prevented. 963 children have died due to pediatric vehicular heat stroke since 1998. So this is just a place with some links and statistics, stuff like that. I'm going to put it in the chat. No. Oh, whoa, what did I do? No. I love her new picture too, little Quentin. Hey, crazy mama. Hope you guys had a good Labor Day. Ours was more like yesterday. Dad cooked out yesterday because Trenton had practice and stuff today. I've been all over the place. One, I'm like exhausted. And I haven't been with it today. I'm like really slacking. Aw, it's really been a year, but whatever. Love you. Love you too. And thank you for being here and everything, for all the support. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so let's go back to, by the way, I shared, there's a story that we're going to pass by in a second. Maybe Crazy Mama, can you drop Crime Sleuthin's link for me? Because she covered, here it is, actually, look, just revealed deeply disturbing sketches of girls bound, gagged, and drawn by serial killer Dennis Rader. She covered that last night. I'm not even going to get into it. It is very interesting, these sketches that they're using to try to locate these old barns and silos. So especially if you're in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, you definitely want to check out her live. It's on the community tab as well. Those pictures are creepy though. They really are. It's strange. Okay, so here we go. Now this one gets me annoyed. Gets me pissed. It was a great live, Mal said. I had a horrible toothache last night. Like, I don't even see a cavity there. And it was like up in my gums. My whole mouth was hurting. And it was just misery. Hey, Tony. Hey, Meep. My Labor Day going good. 70 degrees this evening. So nice. Slept and showered. Been watching Disney plus a movie all day today. Aw, thank you, Crumb Sleuthin. Back at you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I wish that that StreamYard would get it together and you could see the emojis like when you pull it up on the screen. I was telling Teresa the other day, I was like, just choose emojis that you don't mind seeing when you pull up comments on the screen, because the name that you name your emoji is what's going to show up. So like we have slash or the sexy dolphin, punk for punksies. We got the hold my earrings emoji now. Okay, so hold on to your seats. Hold my earrings, actually. Hold my damn earrings, because this one, tooth pain is the worst, Corey. Adoptive Colorado mother beats 6-year-old boy, causing brain bleed and hemorrhages in both eyes. So this didn't just happen. Well, I'm just going to read it to you. A Colorado woman convicted earlier this year of child abuse will spend at least 32 years in state prison for the long-term abuse of her 6-year-old adopted son. According to the Journal, a Montezuma County judge sentenced Garland Malcolm to the maximum amount of time for child abuse resulting in serious bodily injury. Today, the child injured in this incident received some small amount of justice. He will never recover from his injuries and will never regain the life he had. Court documents indicate that Malcolm and her husband adopted the child and his siblings in 2020. But by January of 2022, the victim had been abused so severely that he was taken unresponsive to the Southwest Memorial Hospital due to signs of abuse. The medical staff, I'm assuming they meant to say, contacted the Montezuma County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Brian Hill said the medical staff found a brain bleed and intubated the victim, along with a skull fracture, torn neck ligaments, and hemorrhages in both retinas. Malcolm claimed the boy injured himself, but the medical staff said there is no way the injuries were self-inflicted. The child can't walk, can't talk, and can't interact with the world in any meaningful way. While interviewing the other children in the home, which included the victim's 2 siblings and the couple's biological child, detectives learned that they were made to run laps for being naughty, and they were also hit with hairbrushes by the defendant, resulting in bloody noses. She would take a hairbrush and smack her kids in the nose and bust their nose. Garland Malcolm, don't you ever forget that bitch's name and face. God, that makes me angry. I'm surprised they took him to the hospital too, Meep. Bring them all to the farm, damn it. Oh, thank you, Claus. Thank you. Oh, Crumbs Luton, thank you. And I would too. Thank you so much. Got the earrings. Oh. Okay. Welcome, new members. I wish StreamYard would get that together too. Sorry y'all got to hear my complaints like this, but damn. It's just annoying. Okay. Reed thanked the jury last week following the sentencing, acknowledging the case had shook the community. I especially thank the members of the jury who sat through very difficult testimony and photographic evidence, respected and followed their oath, and delivered a just and fair verdict. Meanwhile, 3 siblings are now in the care of a new family who said they're doing a lot better. So let's see where this hyperlink takes us just for a second. I'm curious if it will take me to, yes, to like some local news. Child may never recover from injuries. So thank God this child survived. But 6-year-old son, severe head and bodily injuries. The sentence imposed by the court was appropriate to the crime committed and justice was served. The investigation of the case began January 6, 2022, when Sergeant Brian Hill of the Montezuma Sheriff's Office was called to Southwest Memorial Hospital to check on an unconscious juvenile. There, the boy had been intubated after the discovery of a large subdural hematoma, also known as a brain bleed. Medical staff described his head injury as being consistent with that of someone who had been ejected from a motor vehicle or thrown from a horse. Other injuries he had included tears and hemorrhages in both retinas, a skull fracture, and torn ligaments in the neck. Bruising was found on the lower portion of his body. He was then flown to Colorado Springs Children's Hospital for treatment. The affidavit obtained by the Journal said his injuries were diagnostic of child physical abuse and abusive head trauma. I don't like not saying those words. Like, I know that YouTube doesn't necessarily love those words, but it is what it is. Because that's just the reality of what we're dealing with. And yeah, so Chris Veach of Child Services interviewed the injured boy's three other siblings, who described punishments in the Malcolm household. Malcolm and her husband Ray adopted the three biological siblings in October of 2020. They also have a biological child of their own. Why are you adopting kids if you don't like them so much? The being naughty, they had to run laps around the house or the horse pasture when they got in trouble. The children were spanked with a hairbrush and struck by their mother, bloodying their noses, like we said. The child can't walk, can't talk, can't interact with the world in any meaningful way. He is fed through a nutritional tube and must use a wheelchair. From the medical professional's testimony, the boy's injuries aren't likely to get better. I'm sorry, but she deserved life for that. He may have lived through that, but no, I'm sorry. She definitely deserved life, in my opinion. Hey, Chris. What you talking about, Rhoda? Hey, Clarity. Hey, you guys coming in. We're just hanging out, a more laid back kind of true crime news. All right, let's see, because there's a few more. That's just frustrating, though. 32 years is absolutely not enough. So this one was kind of interesting. Boy 15 smiles for the camera after shooting 6-year-old girl. And she did lose her life. Let's zoom in and look at it. I'm wondering if there's not some sort of mental health issue. 32 years, Mama Bear. Oh, thank you, sexy wild thing, Carol freaking Claus. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Would like to see the super sticker StreamYard. No, but okay. A Florida teen was arrested Saturday in connection with the death of a child and another teen who lost their lives during what police are calling a drive-by shooting. According to Orlando Police Department, police arrested Nico Brown, 15, on suspicion of murder in the deaths of Isaiah Wright, 19, and Asia Laya Hashem, 6. The incident happened a little after 8 p.m. Hashem was sitting inside her home with her mother when bullets smashed through the home and into the living room, striking them both. Oh my God. Hashem passed away at an area hospital while her mother is expected to survive her injuries. Someone dropped right off at a hospital where he passed away from gunshot wounds. Police haven't specified whether he was the intended target, but confirmed that the child and the mother were not. Oh my God. So is that his mother? Or here's one of the boys that was arrested. Orlando Police Department posted. Wow. That was my son, and his family is mourning. His dad's side is mourning, and nobody deserves to lose a child. If anybody knows anything when it comes to my son, I do greatly appreciate if you say something. That's from his mother. Sad. I wonder if there's some kind of mental health thing going on with the smile like that, but... Aw, Fox holding a heart. Thank you. William Bradford Bishop killed his whole family and drove them from Maryland to Columbia, North Carolina. He has never been found. This happened March of 1976. Hey, Neat Noodle. Hey, Brandy. I'm glad you did too. This is just a kind of hanging out with you guys. Oh, okay. So teen girl Natalie Navarro, once an Amber Alert victim, now turned murder suspect. Okay. This one is kind of interesting as well. 22-year-old Natalie Navarro was sentenced to 10 years in prison for murdering 16-year-old Amber Alert victim Natalie Navarro. 22-year-old Natalie Navarro was sentenced to 10 years in prison for murdering 16-year-old Amber Alert victim Natalie Navarro. A 17-year-old Texas girl, briefly the subject of an Amber Alert last week, is now in custody and facing a murder charge in the death of a man who was reported missing on earlier last month. The man who was initially wanted for abducting Natalie Navarro is still at large and is also charged with murder in the August 29th death of Arturo Pena, 21 years old. Pena was reported missing in Dallas on August 27th. He was shot dead in a vehicle in Garland's Audubon Park neighborhood. And there's him, Arturo Pena. So an Amber Alert was issued for Navarro late Thursday night by Dallas police after she was last seen just after 2 p.m. that day. She was believed to be with Jordy Martinez, 21, and in grave or immediate danger. The Amber Alert was canceled at about 3:30 a.m. on Friday, and police later said she'd been found safe in South Texas and was in custody. Garland police also announced that Navarro and Martinez were both persons of interest in Pena's death, although they did not explain how they were connected. The reason why this happened, we've yet to totally determine that. We hope to get more when we talk to Natalie to see exactly what was going on, if these persons knew each other, if they had a relationship, if there was a falling out, the police lieutenant said. Martinez is still at large. He's considered armed and dangerous, but people believe that he may have went to Mexico. Now, I want to know what the hell is really going on here. That 8-passenger story. Ugh. Oh, and did you all see the gender reveal? We're not gonna read the article on it, but there was a pilot who was doing a gender reveal party and passed away. Oh, here we go. This one I saw earlier, and I thought we have to talk about this. This is a prosecutor, okay, you guys, which will be quite interesting. Kentucky prosecutor accused of killing his wife. If you ever want like a list of the Nightbot commands, let me know. I can send them to you. I took some screenshots and sent them to Crazy Mama. So I'll just go grab those. Okay. Kentucky prosecutor accused of killing his wife. A Kentucky prosecutor was indicted last week for the murder of his wife and tampering with evidence after the fact. Judith Dawn Deskins, 46, died from blunt force trauma on April 24, 2021. According to the indictment against Donald Kyle Deskins, a grand jury in that county determined the former Pike County assistant prosecutor and current city attorney for Elkhorn City intended to cause her death or under circumstances manifesting extreme indifference to human life, wantonly engaged in conduct which created a grave risk of death. The grand jury further determined that he tampered with evidence both at the scene and on his laptop. So a Johnson County Commonwealth attorney was named the special prosecutor to avoid conflict of interest. He told the News Express the case was not clear-cut and took some time to prepare to present to the grand jury. Finding the person with the skills and expertise to be able to interpret the physical evidence took forever. He said, I got involved in late 2021, and it took me nearly all of 2022 to find somebody that could look at it. He also said that a special judge will be assigned to the case, which will handle the proceedings as a Pike County Circuit Court matter. Yeah, because there would be a ton of, conflict of interest. According to the indictment, Deskins initially tampered with evidence on the day of his wife's death and again on July 28, 2021, when he's accused of fiddling with information on his laptop before giving it to police. That was the same day he changed his Facebook status to say he was in a relationship with another woman. His current status lists him as single, however. Law and Crime also noted that Deskins had previously been suspended from practice in Kentucky after admitting to mishandling a divorce case in 2012. And this is what the note, like he ended up being suspended with a note that said, quote, he was suffering from anxiety and depression related illnesses corresponding with certain personal and family problems during the events giving rise to this case. He was arrested last Thursday, charged with murder and domestic violence and 2 counts of tampering with evidence. He's being held without bond. I will be very interested to watch that shakeout with a prosecutor. Ooh, thank you, crazy mama. Have any of you guys heard of any of these? Definitely change a venue on that one, I know. Like, when I first saw that, though, I was expecting, like, maybe she had been, like, killed in a car crash or some sort of overdose or something that looked accidental. Blunt force trauma? Like, I didn't expect that. I don't know why I was surprised with that. Rachel Morin and, oh, okay, this one was, I wanted to talk to you guys about both of these. We'll start with this one. Ugh. Ex-con charged with stabbing pregnant ex-girlfriend to death at a domestic violence safe house. If you're in a relationship where you guys are getting violent with each other, it's best to just get out. It doesn't lead anywhere. That it's just, seriously, we see time and time and time again where that leads. My cousin had her arm broke by somebody not long ago. It just, that kind of stuff, it's just scary. It really scares me. I think that, yeah. Please get out if you're in a bad relationship like that. Okay, so an Alabama man recently released from prison after serving time for killing his girlfriend has now been charged with killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend because he thought she was going to file domestic violence charges that would send him back to prison. So this dude served 14 years for killing his girlfriend in 2018. 14 years is not enough. But then he gets out and does it again. Why do we keep giving these people second chances? I don't understand. Hey, Cher. Good to see you. No, it never gets better. No, you're right, Punksy. There's crickets. Run, don't walk. What a freak. How do they let people out like that, like in 14 years? Ugh. So, Bradley Stokes, 39, was arrested in Columbus, Georgia, Saturday afternoon and will be extradited to Russell County, Alabama, where he is accused of stabbing to death 37-year-old Treasure Hennessy at a fire station where she was given permission to stay to get away from him, according to the sheriffs. Hennessy was 8 weeks pregnant, so just probably found out, with Stokes' child, police said, and they have charged him with 2 counts of capital murder. I believe that the evidence in this case will show Mr. Stokes' motive for this crime was he felt like Miss Hennessy was going to sign a warrant for domestic violence on him, which would violate his probation and send him back to prison for the remainder of his sentence. Taylor said that Hennessy moved out of the home she shared with Stokes last month and into the fire station. Stokes found out where she was and went there Friday night to wait for her. After stabbing her multiple times, he hid her vehicle behind a barn and fled in his own car. What a freaking monster, dude. She was at a safe house and still got killed. I know. Well, it's frustrating because there was a young lady I talked about a few months ago. Her name was Madalena Pantoja. And it was like the same kind of thing. She had gotten, DVPs and smacked the chair real hard. Sorry. She had gotten DVPs and, been to the police. Her whole family knew. And still there was nothing that, at the end of the day, a DVP is a piece of paper. These court orders are a piece of paper. If there's a psycho freak out there like this dude, what can you do to stop him if that's what he wants to do. What a coward. Let me at him. I know Cher's. I was about to do that, Pointer Lover. Thank you. I was like, I know Cher's in the Nightbot. Think you have a live tonight, right? At 9:30. Okay, so he was staying at a hotel in Columbus and was captured after a short vehicle and foot chase. They charged him with fleeing and eluding. He was released from prison on June 2nd after serving 14 years of a 16-year sentence for manslaughter in the shooting death of his then-girlfriend, Crystal Bailey. He and Hennessy began dating shortly after his release, and Hennessy had, in fact, filed 2 DVPs against him. It's not clear why he wasn't arrested. Taylor said deputies recovered a knife they believed that was used to kill her, and her 2 cell phones are still missing. I'm going to click on this Law and Crime article. I just want to see. Man allegedly murdered pregnant ex-girlfriend at shelter. If there's any other little bits of information in here that we didn't get. This is one I kind of want to follow pretty closely. I don't understand how these mistakes happen. Like, here's another case. Out of the few we've talked about today, we have one where CPS has obviously failed, putting kids in a home where, he wasn't murdered, but he has no life now. He can't interact with humans in any meaningful fucking way. And we have that. And then now we have this. It's just failure after failure with the system. I'm getting sick and damn tired of it. I really am. Let's see. I believe the evidence will show that Mr. Stokes was waiting and hiding for her at that location. He will be extradited back to Russell County in the next few days. If convicted, he will face the death penalty. Good. Or he could face the death penalty because he damn sure needs to. No law and crime. Thank you, but we're done. Because I want to show you guys this one. This is a teacher. And I actually have a little video, too, that we'll watch on this. That, from Maryland. Hey, Melissa. Democrats for Trump. Hitler donated shower salts for the board to use. People go in but don't come out. Huh? Hey, Roxanne. The establishment is too easy on dudes like this. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And then wonder why they get out and do it again. Trust me, they don't stop them. They do ish until the girls end. They almost had me and my daughters in the same boat by a monster like that. Well, I'm so glad you guys got the fuck away from there. Excuse my language. I can't help it. When we do like the reading the headlines, it's infuriating because there's so much shit happening that nobody will hear about or see unless you go looking for it. And it just gets worse and worse, Okay. Melissa Strange. All right, so a suspect has been charged with the death of a Maryland teacher who disappeared more than a month ago and whose remains were found 20 miles from where she vanished. Miriam Silla, 59, was last seen July 29th when she headed for a walk in a park, Greenbelt's Strom Hills Park, where she regularly walked. She's a second-grade teacher at Dora Kennedy French Immersion School. She never returned and was reported missing the following day. Police were alerted to human remains near a pond in Clinton, about 20 miles away, by a concerned citizen on August the 1st. And at that point, DNA, identified her. We've talked about this a little bit. So now, Aziz said Harold Francis Landon III, 33 years old, has been charged with her murder. This dude. This appears to be stranger to stranger at this particular time. When we're investigating these type of things, we always leave a door open for something that could have been missed. But our detectives have been working really hard to make those connections. I don't believe they knew each other. I just think we have a person who decided to commit a horrific crime. So he was arrested on August 4th on an unrelated domestic violence charge just hours before her remains were found, and he's been in jail since then. Wow. Good. She was about to retire and move to Africa on the Ivory Coast. But let me show you guys a video on this because, yeah, it's kind of interesting. He looks nothing like our dude in the Rachel Morin case. Ooh, okay, here's my thumbnail for tomorrow, you guys. I didn't mean to have it here, but it was at the end of my list. I thought it was pretty. Oh, thank you, Sexy Wild Thing, Carol freaking Claus. Congratulations on 14K subs. Beautiful Alex, you truly deserve so very many more. We love you. I love you guys. Thank you. Can't believe it. We're growing slowly but surely. And thank you guys for that. Thank you for being here and for everything. Thank you, Claus. Thank you, mods. And chat. Hey, Esther. Johnny. How you doing, Johnny? Okay, so here is our story, though.
All right, if you've been following this story, absolutely a tragic ending to a month-long search for a missing Maryland teacher. Police say they have just announced the arrest in the gruesome murder of a beloved second-grade teacher. Her name is Miriam Turesila. She was last seen July 29th near a park where she went for her daily walk every evening. She never returned that night. Her body was later found 20 miles away and later confirmed by DNA. Police say that she was killed by a man she never even knew, Harold Francis Landon. The man.
This just makes me think of Rachel, though. I mean, with a complete stranger, what are the chances of that? I think oftentimes, you know, depending on the person, right? Because if it's like a prostitute or a drug addict, I think that they would be looking at a different group of people surrounding you than if it's just your average person who has a normal family, mom, dad, whatever. Think about that. Like most times it's that circle that's right around you, somebody close. A complete stranger, maybe it's someone who you don't know, but they know you. They follow you on Instagram and see all your pictures or videos. Or it's just opportunity. You know, this opportunistic predator sees an opportunity to hurt somebody, and they do. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Such a random target. He looks like a random shitbag. Mrs. M, this chat group is the best. I'm so thankful you all let me join. We're so thankful that you're here. And you guys are what makes it the best. And thank you, Esther. You are sweet. And you're pretty. Pretty. Okay, all you guys are the bomb. Nothing is random when it comes to murder.
Man on your screen. He now faces first-degree murder and other charges. Police say Landon was in the park at the time of Sela's disappearance, and his white pickup truck helped to identify him. Right now, however, the motive is unclear. Landon III is due in court tomorrow. Joining me now is criminologist Debbie Goodman. Thank you so much for being here. You know, Dr. Goodman, it's so gruesome when you look at this story, and it's something that we really haven't had a lot of updates on.
Do you guys think, like, after seeing this, I don't know, it just makes me wonder with Rachel's case. I wonder where this dude is, if he's going to do it again, if it was completely random, if he knew her on social media. Yeah. And it's alarming that we have just so many cases, so many people murdered at these state parks, missing at these state parks. I don't know.
Us why maybe authorities were tight-lipped in this investigation.
Certainly. Good afternoon, Elizabeth. My pleasure to join you.
Foxy.
This case, I mean, this individual is so disturbed, so depraved, yet the news is we have somebody in custody. Police representatives generally don't want to say too much at the beginning when it's such a high-profile case, a loved individual, a second-grade teacher. They want to make sure that they're very dutiful and diligent in the entirety and totality of the fact-finding process. And so as a criminologist, I always ask the question of why, and that's
So this woman, she had just bought a brand new home on the Ivory Coast and was about to go back. I'm assuming she's from
the
Africa.
question most citizens ask me, why would you do such a terrible crime and commit such a heinous murder? And like Elizabeth, I can, go into that in a moment.
May, if I may interrupt you.
Okay, I'm not going to keep playing this for us. We're going to keep going because I have like a few more cases that I really don't want to miss us talking about on here. And this is one of them. So, child care provider charged with death of a toddler. In Iowa, child care provider has been charged with the death of a toddler boy earlier this year. Hannah Priest, 28, was arrested on Friday. She was charged with child endangerment causing death after state officials revealed that Sebastian Jesperson died of brain trauma consistent with inflicted trauma. Emergency medical services were called to an Emmitsburg home on January 19th and found the 23-month-old boy unresponsive. He was taken initially to Palo Alto County Hospital, but then to Blank Children's Hospital in Des Moines. He died on January 24th. According to court documents, Priest told police she was frustrated with him around nap time because he had not yet gone to the bathroom that day. She stated that she set him into his cot by his shoulders and may not have known her own strength when doing so. Oh my God. She's being held on a $50,000 bond. What is her charge again? She's charged with child endangerment causing death. Oh, hell no. Y'all. Oh. Why do you take a job like that if you can't understand that, kids can be difficult, especially when they're toddlers and stuff. They don't call it terrible twos for no reason. But I tell you what, that scares me to death. That's why I don't like people watching my kids. And if God forbid, because some people have to, they maybe don't have family. I don't know. People just have to. You got to do what you got to do to work, to earn money, to do your thing. But I just don't know. I feel like I'd want to go in there and do the same exact thing to her, Hey, Angie. Hey, Sarah. We don't have enough school teachers as is. Let me see here, you guys. Okay. I thought you were doing the stout case file tonight. Q, that's tomorrow night. We're going to start it tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Tonight, it's just like a laid back catching up on other cases that are kind of happening. Okay. So here's a couple of the other ones I wanted to show you guys. Oh, yeah, Alex Murdaugh is requesting a new trial, and his attorneys are having a press conference tomorrow to announce that. But, okay, so we want to look at this one. These siblings, this Arizona man jailed after baby dies with narcotic in his system. And I think there was one more. Siblings shot dead, bodies left beside Georgia Interstate Highway. Police in Georgia are looking for two men, they say, shot at a young mother and her 16-year-old brother, leaving their bodies on the side of an interstate in Gwinnett County. Oh my God. This young lady here is from Gwinnett County, this 12-year-old we talked about at the beginning. Now we have more happening there. So Maria Rosaria Montes Durantes, 23, and Juan Angel Montes were found dead last Sunday beside Interstate 85. Gwinnett County Police say they have charged Manuel Lorenzo Sanchez, 41, and Ricardo Lorenzo Montes, 24, in connection with the deaths. Sanchez faces 2 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Friends told WSB Sanchez was a friend of the family and that Rosaria trusted him. Police say he shot Rosaria and her brother on the side of the road sometime between 3:30 and 6 a.m. on Sunday. A passerby found their bodies in the grass about 7:30. Police said both Sanchez and Montez had been living near the Georgia-Alabama state line, but could be anywhere at this point. So they're on the run. A friend who spoke with WSB on condition of anonymity for safety concerns said Rosaria moved to Griffin, south of Atlanta, 4 years ago to provide a better life for her 3 children, 2 of whom still live in Mexico with her mother. Tragically, friends said 2 of her other siblings had been murdered in Mexico. Friends said 2 other siblings. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let me click on something, you guys. This WSB. So these guys shot this woman and her brother and laid them on the side of the road, and now they're on the run. Really, Nay? Wow. Hey, Juicy Jules. Okay. Somebody messaged me because I don't know what you guys are, what's going on at all. Okay. I can't believe she's dead. Friends mourn murdered siblings. We're going to watch this video. This is awful. It's only 2 minutes, so.
About the murders of these siblings found dead along a Gwinnett County interstate. And police now believe that they know who killed them. Channel 2 Gwinnett County Bureau Chief Matt Johnson live at police headquarters. And Matt, the suspects are on the run, but police believe that they are still in Georgia.
They have ties to Carroll County, so police say this is a search for these 2 men that will expand beyond Gwinnett County. These suspects are not related to the victims, but police say they both knew the brother and sister before their deaths.
I can't believe
it has been a nightmare of a week for friends and family grieving the murders of 23-year-old Rosaria. Nightmare of a week for friends and family grieving the murders of 23-year-old Rosaria Montez Durantes and her brother, 16-year-old Juan Montez. A friend who doesn't.
Only 16 years old. Number one, she's a young mom with multiple kids trying to provide a life for her kids. And he hasn't even started his life. Look how handsome he is. That reminds me of my son. He's 14 and he's just like, getting excited about driving. And, the other day I bought him a razor. He shaved his chin for the first time. He was getting a couple whiskers. And he's starting to like cologne and stuff like that. Like, it's just such an exciting time. Sad.
Doesn't want to be identified for her safety. Tells me Rosaria moved from Mexico to Griffin 4 years ago for a better life for her 3 kids.
she was the only one that was supporting the kids in Mexico. She was the one who was sending money.
Now police are looking for 41-year-old Manuel Renz Sanchez for their murders. According to this arrest warrant, police believe that Sanchez shot and killed Rosaria and her brother Juan right here at the
Oh my God, right there. Let me rewind it a little bit because
Juan right here at the 985-85 split in Gwinnett County. Killed Rosaria and her brother Juan right here at the 985-85 split in Gwinnett County. They believe the shooting happened between 3:30 and 6 a.m. on Sunday. By 7:30 Sunday night, a passerby found their body.
why? What the hell? And they're on the run right now.
I hope they get him so he can pay for what he did. Because he don't have no excuse to take somebody's life.
24-year-old Ricardo Lorenzo Montez is accused of tampering with evidence as well. Police say both men have Villa Rica addresses and are on the run.
We know they might be from the area of Alabama, Georgia line, but at this point, it could be anywhere.
Rosaria and her brother Juan leave behind a mother in Mexico, who friends say.
Okay, so we're gonna maybe look at this a little closer later. The sound is really bad, MK. I can hardly hear. I'm just going to boot myself all the way. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, you guys, I am really excited about tomorrow. It's going to be good. And there's just a lot to go through, but I think it's a really good place to start, though, with that case file. Okay, we're going to look at one more, and I'm going to let you guys go. Because Bentley has school tomorrow, I got to go get him together for school. And, yeah. Y'all are funny. Okay, so this one. Look at this dude. I put him in the thumbnail. His mugshot. Okay. Arizona man jailed after baby dies with narcotic in his system. An Arizona man was arrested Sunday and charged with multiple counts related to the death of a 1-year-old boy. Police in Surprise responded to a call about an unresponsive baby at about 8 a.m. Saturday, and they attempted life-saving measures until he was taken to a hospital. The boy died Sunday morning about 2 a.m. When the hospital found a narcotic in the child's system, police arrested Roderick Begay, charging him with manslaughter, child abuse, endangerment, and a weapons charge. This tragic investigation is ongoing, and we will not release the name of the child at this time. We do not expect any further updates until results from the medical examiner's report are known. We're going to go look at these articles they've linked. What is the narcotic? You know? That's basically the same as the other one, and we'll look at the other one too. I've seen stories where kids, like their parents, were partying and shit, and they like maybe had something out in the house, and the kids accidentally touched it, and they were exposed to it like that. I've also seen stories where it was absorbed through their skin. After being found with a drug in his system, the hospital, quote, learned a narcotic was present in the child's system, unquote. There's another picture of him. The relationship between the baby and Begay wasn't detailed by police. Huh. Well, we shall see, you guys. That mugshot's not as bad. If you want to be irresponsible, but be irresponsible when it comes to parenting. I have my stance on that is probably not popular, but I just don't think that people in active addiction need to have little kids. I just don't. Because I don't think that there is any place for drugs like heroin, even pain pills, coke, crack, any of that shit around kids. Now, let's say that you are like an addict who goes and gets medicine and you take it right and that's in your home. That's one thing, right? That's different. But I just don't think that any parent doing that stuff needs to have little kids. Time and time again, we see bad stuff happening to them, whether it's because the parents all fucked up. I mean, look at Leilani. Look at Adam Montgomery. So many of these cases we talked about, the parents are strung the hell out. Leilani. There's a few I'd like to knock off StreamYard, but Alex isn't one of them. Love her. Oh, I love you too, and that's funny. Thank you. Oh, Pointer Lover. Almost missed that. Thank you. Congrats on 14,000 subs, and we are wearing the exact same shirt today. Oh my God, my shirt. Yeah. That's cool though. So hey Emily, I made this shirt forever ago, and I bought these shorts. So I went to a football game, and all the girls at the game, and thank you again, Pointer Lover, so much. All the young girls, they had these shorts on that were really cute. They looked like skirts but shorts. And so anyways, I looked on Amazon and I was like, I want a pair of those. Well, they don't look so cute on me. But anyways, this was the only shirt I had that matched them because the shorts, you can kind of, here, the color is like a reddish color, you know? And this shirt was one that I tied out a while ago, but I don't know. I should not be getting my fashion inspiration from high school girls, probably. Considering I'm 34 years old. Can't believe that either, but thank you again, Pointer Lover. It was really sweet, and I appreciate it. Mrs. Italy D, we miss you. Good to see you. Hey, Aunt B. That's why I got clean for my son. He saved my life. Me too. Absolutely, Quentin. I came in late. Did you talk about the guy in Florida that killed his son today? No, I didn't see that, Music City Mom. My children saved me from addiction. Me too, Sarah. Absolutely. Squirts. But they're so cute because they have, okay, so they're like really tight, kind of underneath. They have these tight shorts so you can't see nothing, you know. And they have like a cell phone pocket in the side like those athletic leggings do. But then they have like the little skirt part over it. But it's not even a skirt. They're still split in the front. They're just so flowy that it gives like the appearance of a skirt. Oh, thank you, Nay. Thanks, Johnny. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Claus. Sexy wild thing, Carol freaking Claus. Grady Judd did a press conference. What? Oh my gosh. It's Polk County Sheriff's. Let me look on Facebook really quick. I bet you they posted it. Popular now, it says. Hold on. Sheriff Grady Judd. I love him. 433,000 followers. Wow. Sheriff Grady Judd and Bartow Police Chief Andy Ray are briefing the media on U.S. Highway 98 in Bartow. The officer-involved deadly incident task force involved shooting of an armed carjacking suspect. No law enforcement officers were injured. Is that it? Or is it this one? Oh no, here we go. Sheriff Grady Judd is briefing the media on Old Bartow Road in Lake Wales regarding the murder of a 16-year-old boy and by his father. Father has been arrested and charged. The victim's name was Stephen Lee Rada. His family has given us permission to release his name. All right, we're going to check it out before we go. This is what we'll end with. I love Grady Judd. Yeah, he's great.
It's Labor Day afternoon. We're
Yes.
outside of Lake Wales, just west of Lake Wales. And once again, in just 8 days' time, we have another parent that has murdered their child, their teenage child, who was only 16.
Wow.
Let me show you Stephen Thomas Rada. Stephen Thomas Rada is 37 years of age.
Oh, wow.
He was living down the road here with his grandfather, Thomas Rada.
Hey,
He was
Alibi.
65 years of age. And our victim, who was 16 years of age, and his parents gave us permission to use his name as Stephen Rada.
Oh.
Let me first tell you about Stephen Rada. Stephen went to Frostproof High School. His parents said he was in 11th grade. He was to start work next week at Burger King
Aw.
to earn money so that he could buy a car. He was also studying to be an electrician. That was his dream in life.
Wow.
Stephen Rada, who's 16 years of age, was a great kid. Not just a good kid, but a great kid. In fact, he was living with his grandfather to help him out while his grandmother was in rehab. That's the kind of kid that Stephen was. Stephen Thomas Rada, his dad, had just shown up about a month ago. And we asked, where's he been? He's been in D.C., he's been in South Carolina, he's been in Ohio, he's been in Texas. There was even an outstanding warrant for Stephen Thomas Rada in South Carolina, but South Carolina would not extradite. So he was unable to be arrested. Well, on this particular morning, Thomas Rada, the grandfather, left about 8 o'clock to go visit with his wife in rehab. When he returned home about 11 o'clock today, he was met outside by our suspect, his son, Stephen Rada, and his quote was, "I wouldn't go in there if I was you. I killed someone. You may need to call the police." Thomas Rada told us it was not uncommon for his son, Stephen Rada, to talk bizarre. We are told that Stephen Rada used methamphetamine since high school, and he has psychotic episodes. When Thomas Rada went into the house, into the mobile home, there he saw his son, his grandson, deceased in the dining room, kitchen area. And we know that it appears at the early stage of the investigation. And as we always tell you, the information we give you this soon after an investigation is the best information we have. It's certainly subject to change. But at this time, it appears that our suspect, Stephen Thomas Rada, used an angle grinder to kill his son. It breaks our heart. Used an angle grinder to kill his son. It breaks our heart. There aren't adequate words to explain how horrific this event is. I've talked to the grandmother, the grandfather, the parents are here. And when you see and hear them talk about how wonderful Stephen Rada, their 16-year-old son, was, how squared away he was, the fact that he was willing to live with his grandfather to help him out while his grandmother was in rehab, the fact that he was scheduled to start working at Burger King next week to earn money while going to high school, he was just a stand-up, stellar young man. To have this worthless individual murder his son is inexplicable. Our homicide detectives will continue to do their work, the investigation. We, by the way, arrested him because he fled from the scene after talking to his father, Thomas Rada. He fled from the scene, and we caught him about a mile west of here on Highway 60. He was leaving the area. As I said before, he's been from Texas, South Carolina, Ohio, Washington, D.C. He moves around a lot. And after killing his son, he was leaving again. But our deputies, and you've heard me say they're the best there are any place, found him quickly and took him into custody. And when we took him into custody, he told our deputy, "You probably need to read me my rights." And that's exactly what we did. So he is in custody. The community's safe. We don't know yet why Stephen Thomas Rada attacked and murdered his son, Stephen Rada. That's under investigation. But our prayers are with the family. And I want you to know that the world lost a great young man today. We lost a great young man, and we've got an evil, evil man in custody, and we're going to do our best to see that he spends the rest of his life in prison. I don't know what else I can tell you, I'll try to answer any questions that you have. You know what we know at this time. Our crime scene detectives, as well as our homicide team, are at the residence. It was the warrant in South Carolina that was outstanding was some kind of resisting warrant, disturbance warrant, probably a misdemeanor warrant. We're still going through his criminal history. He apparently has criminal histories all over the United States. This guy has been nothing but a problem to society for a very long time, And now he's turned a problem person into an evil person when he murdered his son and created a horrible set of circumstances for
Weird. Can you guys hear me now? Because I was not muted. Even when Nay said it, I wasn't muted. I was talking to you guys. I don't know what the hell. I went deaf. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, you guys, but Grady Judd is incredible. I love listening to him. You can feel it in your spirit when he's doing like his press conferences and things. I will let you guys know if there are any updates on this case, on any of these cases. I'm sorry. And then tomorrow, I hope to see you here. I'm really excited. We're going to start going through that case file. It's taken a few days. There's a lot to it. And just in general, I've been completely physically and mentally exhausted. I'm way behind on emails, messages, just everything. And, even when you are exhausted like that, life goes on, right? So you still have to take care of what you got to do. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. Come back, Foxy. Thank you guys. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, Devil Ad Elvis, Crumb Sleuthin, Sexy Wild Thing Claws, and Pointer Lover. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you. And I will see you tomorrow. It's a big deal. I cannot wait. It's going to be like very, very interesting and just fun to do it with you guys. Not that it's fun stuff to talk about, but it is nice to be able to do it with you guys. Hey, Lynn. Dang it, I'm at the end. That's okay. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. I love you all and I appreciate you. I hope you have the best night and I'll see you tomorrow. Definitely don't miss tomorrow. Lynn, tomorrow we are starting going through the case file. We're going to talk about what the little people around Gannon had to say to police when they did their interviews and stuff. It's going to be really good. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I will see you. Hey, Beakrams. I will see you tomorrow. I knew you were here earlier, but I hadn't seen you for a bit. All right, Lynn. You're so late. All right, guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Bye.